Welcome to New Man, New Woman, New Week. I'm Ben Newman and I am fired up to be with you, to talk about your success journey, doing great things in your life. Now, we've received a lot of feedback. You know, we don't need the me, lots of me talk, but I gotta just share a story with you today. I have got to share this story with you because today we're gonna talk about what time do you wake up in the morning. So to really provide the context for you, for what you're capable of achieving in your life, I have to share a story about how I felt in my life about the way that I used to wake up in the morning. And keep in mind, this is really a hot button item these days. There are books that have been written about what time people wake up. The successful people, they drive their behaviors by waking up early. Articles that have been written in magazines. So what time are you currently waking up? So let me share a story with you. We're going to go back about 8 years. 8 years ago, let's say I needed to start my day at 7:30, had to be at a meeting, and it was perfect. I would set my alarm for 6:30. Now, why 6:30? Because if I set it for 6:30, it was perfect. I'd get 3 snoozes in. 3 snoozes with a 6:30 wake-up time. It was perfect. And as soon as the 3rd snooze went off, I would look and I'd start to sweat because I knew now we're going to be tight on time. So I'd hop out of the bed, I'd jump into the shower, I'd get out of the shower, now I'm really sweating. I'd throw my clothes on, I'd run downstairs. Even though I needed coffee, sometimes I would forget to get my coffee. And I for sure would forget to get breakfast. And then here was the part that was really tough. Sometimes I wouldn't even be that present and focused when I would say goodbye to my wife. So think about that. Where are you right now in your day as you start your morning? Is it this unbelievable race where you feel like if you slow down, you won't make it to what you have to get to? See, and then here's what would happen. Then I would leave the house, wasn't even focused, didn't have my coffee, didn't have my breakfast, I'm sweating. I'd get to the office maybe 3 minutes early, 7:27 for a 7:30 meeting, and I would say to myself, oh, this is perfect. I timed this perfect. I have time to check an email. So then I would check an email, and it would be an email with this devastating news. We all get these emails, right? And it would be this email where it's like, my day's ruined. My day's over. How can I focus now when I just got that email? I'm sweating and I haven't had my coffee or my breakfast. And I finally got tired of living that way. And I would read these books and I would read these magazine articles. And finally I started asking myself the question, what would it look like if I started to wake up earlier? Now, one thing I am not going to do in our time together today is tell you you have to wake up at 5 a.m. or you have to wake up at 6:30 a.m. or you have to wake up at 3:44 like I do. It's about you choosing a new time for you. And imagine what your morning would be like if you waked up 15 minutes earlier, 30 minutes, an hour. What could you do with that time? Could you connect to your purpose? Maybe read a little bit out of a book? Maybe do some visualization as to what's going to happen in the day. Get in an awesome workout to release the endorphins and feel awesome, to feel confident about what you can accomplish that day. What would you do with that time? What would you do if you got so fired up because you're connected to your purpose every single day by waking up earlier that as soon as your feet hit that floor, you recognize that was your opportunity and you were ready to get after it? Now, we've talked about this before. I know that change can be tough. Changing behavior can be tough. That little voice starts to talk to us. Our weaknesses become vulnerable. That Harvard research in July of 2008 told us that when you go through change, that there's going to be turmoil. But what if you woke up just a little bit earlier? What would you do with that time? Would it change your perspective? Would it change how you feel? Would you be less rushed? And would you increase your probability of having success personally and professionally? So here's the action step. Starting today, starting on a Monday, imagine if you, from this day forward, started waking up just a little bit earlier. Challenge yourself. Maybe start with 15 minutes. If I told everybody to wake up at 3:44, everybody's going to ignore the message. I understand that. But what is something you can do that's concrete? Start it tomorrow. Set the alarm clock. What would that change mean for you and your life? I've seen this movie hundreds of times with many different actors. What will it look like for you? Set that alarm clock at a different time. Be fired up when your feet hit that floor because that's your opportunity. And you know I get fired up every single Monday to be with you for New Man, New Woman, New Week. Until next time, continue to go do great things.